Yeah, guys, before I start today, I wanted to, talk about some stuff like regarding last week. Like my intention wasn't to like dunk on them and even though, I did, right? My intention is straight up I want the interactive worlds in GMS to improve, like straight up. And with how badly those worlds were getting ignored, I felt like I had to do something massive to get the attention. So when I was like wasting a lot of time, I really, really, really was thinking about it. Like MapleStory doing all that stuff for me, like supporting the stream and all that, I didn't sign anything, right? They did it, like it was mostly the community managers behind that, and I was being very difficult with them because of, all the stuff that they wanted me to do and all the stuff I was not okay with, right? Fly me out. I was not okay with me, like, stopping, essentially where I did stop and then wasting all that time going over there. I wasn't okay with that. So they're like, okay, well then maybe we can interview. I was like, all right, that doesn't sound so bad, but we don't want you to mention, certain things like frenzy. And I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. And then they're like, okay, we'll do like a post level up thing with you, and we need to do the rehearsal thing, so you need to end your like stream so we could do it off stream. I'm like, no, that's not okay. And then they even said like, even though we didn't work anything out, we're willing to, collab with you in the future and stuff. And they even sent me this box back here with a bunch of stuff in it, and they told me, to do like an unboxing stream with stuff in it. I still haven't opened it because I haven't leveled up yet, and I made that promise. So, uh, like they did it out of good faith for their heart, and I let all those people down. You know, like when I said I sacrificed a lot as well the other day, people in my real life are like disappointed in me. Like when I was on my phone that day, it was because one of my brothers was texting me saying how like he was heartbroken and stuff like that that he couldn't come over and witness it, like the level up with me, because he's out of state right now. So now he's sitting there thinking, damn, I missed it. And now when he comes over and gets here, I'm like, well, sorry, stuff like that, right? Like all that. Like my dad even came over earlier on that stream and he gave me a handshake and he wanted to go out and celebrate it with me, and I can't do that anymore. And my other brother got a cake and candles with 300 on it. I can't do that now. My cousin made me a custom jersey with my character's IGN and 300 on the back. I can't wear that now. So when I say I sacrificed a lot, people in my real life are disappointed in me. Like a lot of people's first impressions of me were coming to that stream because there's a lot of people coming over from other platforms now see me as this like bad guy or whatever and all that stuff. And it's more than that. Like I used to have people to play games with too, like just random games with, like multiplayer games. And because I blew them off for so many years trying to grind a 300 on Maple, last night they didn't want to play with me. They moved on to other people to play with, and that's fine. They think I'm like a loser or a weirdo or and stuff like that. So when I say they sacrifice a lot, it's more than just that. And it's more too, but I'm not going to get too personal into that because it's a lot, right? And, it makes me sad that I let down all these people, especially in my life and stuff like that. And then I have people saying I only did it for myself or just like clout or whatever. And yeah, that a couple days ago I pulled up the live stream thing. I was like, it was a publicity stunt, bro. It was meant to be as a joke, right? It was meant to be as a joke. It wasn't meant to be taken seriously by any means, right? It was a joke. Like, ha 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 ha. It was a joke, right? I would have been, like, people are saying I'm better off without it. My stream would be way better off with Maple, right? I had plans to work on that Eternal hat, So I would have had the next day after on Friday, I would have had spell trace fever. I could have scrolled that. A lot of people don't really know how scrolling works. I could explain that. I'm sure a lot of people would have been interested in that. I would have star forced it on reset Saturday because of the 5, 10, 15. And a lot of people would be interested in that. A lot of people are interested in me getting into, Saren and above bosses in my process of learning it because I really haven't learned those bosses. I lost a lot of content not being able to stream that game. But I fully stand by what I said, and then, maybe it came off harsh and all that. And then, lastly, people are saying, like, I only want the fragments tradable because I have like 80,000 of them. Like, dude, anybody with half a walnut-sized brain could see that making the fragments tradable was just the right thing to do for everybody. If you're a pay-to-win guy, the only option you have is the Soul Erta booster thing. It's like $30, which, by the way, you can't buy with Maple Points. You can't buy it with Maple Points. It doesn't let you. You have to pay it with 30k NX. Either you get it from RWT, which is against the TOS, or you legitimately buy 30k NX and buy it. And it gives you 4 fragments a day and then a few extra after a week. And you have to log in every day for like 30 days to get 200 fragments. It's not really enticing for people who pay to win to get that because it's very low value for the amount you spent, especially with Frenzy Spawn, right? And then if they were tradable, people who pay to win could buy NX, could buy Meso, and then the value of Meso goes up a bit. Is it going to solve the value of Meso being so low? Probably not, but it definitely makes an impact, and these people can buy Meso, go in the market, and buy fragments. So it helps pay to win people, it helps free to play people, because free to play people rely solely on the Mesos and the Meso value. And if the Meso value goes up even a little bit, it helps those people out. Obviously, people with Frenzy Totem are always going to reap the benefits the most. That's just how it is. But people who don't have Frenzy and rely on Frenzy service also benefit off of it. Because now, instead of losing like all that Meso, you make a considerable profit with them being tradable. Right? So everybody benefits off that. I'm not just saying that just because of what I have. Right? I'm not. Anybody can see that it's the right thing to do. And on top of that, they purposely ported it over with them being untradeable. They changed it. They could have just ported it over as is, and they would have been tradable. But they purposely ported it over with the intent of making them untradeable. Like, they changed it to being tradable to untradeable. Right? So, whatever. I'm hoping that within the coming weeks, there'll be some sort of response to it. We just gonna have to wait and see. I don't think there will be one this week because there's an update happening this week. I think their main focus is to just push that update and make sure everything's working with it and all that. And also, on top of all that, I'm missing out on all the event stuff that I saved on my beginner for those superior earrings that I want to get 30% int on with 3-line bonus pot, right? So it really sucks for me, and I mean that. Like, I'm not just like some dude who's addicted to maple going through withdrawals. Like, everything is bad for me. People in real life are disappointed with me. People on the internet are disappointed with me. People who are kind to me who I'd never talked to before or never even thought to talk to before are probably disappointed in me. My stream is, it's losing out on a lot of stuff and all that because of not being able to play that game. So it sucks. It really sucks for me. It does. So we'll see what happens. But, whatever happens, happens. And I hope for the best, okay? So I'm going to get into my Banjo-Kazooie playthrough here soon. Thank you.